What's going on, guys? G-Show here, Blindsided Sports, covering the Buffalo Bills. As always, big game coming up on Sunday. Bills need that bounce-back game. Yeah, I know the Redskins are only 1-7, but there are a few things that we need to see this weekend so that we can keep this progression going, so we can stay optimistic and truly think that we're going to make this playoff run. We're going to need to see a few things. Let's get into it. But before we do, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. Let's go, Blindsided Squad. We're growing every day, baby. All because of you guys. Comment below what you guys think we need to do to get that win on Sunday and what you need to see to bring back a little bit more of that hope that we had when we were 5-1. Top 3 things we need to see this weekend. Let's get into it. It's obvious, guys. We all know it. Everybody's talking about it. Bills Mafia, Blindsided Squad. Devin Singletary needs to touch the ball more. Last week in the first half, Devin Singletary had 0 touches from behind the scrimmage. No rushes for Singletary. I love Gore just as much as the next guy, but he is 36 years old. His output is going to decrease. He's not going to be able to keep doing it every game in and game out. I love him in short situations, third and short, second, third and goal, right on the goal line. Have him bang the ball right up the middle. I love that with Gore. But when it comes to Singletary, he's a dynamic player. We've seen it. We saw it in the Jets game. He won us that Jets game. Singletary was a spark that kept that come from behind when going, and he was looking good against the Giants. And now that he's back and he's healthy, ready to play, we're not using him. The only thing that makes sense to me is that we're pumping the brakes a little bit because we're expecting to go on a playoff run, and we want this guy peaking at the end of the season. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. If this becomes a thing where we're just going to consistently not use Singletary very much because we're high on Frank Gore, I'm not okay with it. I don't think that's the plan. I think the plan is to slowly get his touches up every week, and I think this week is going to be that big week where Singletary gets 15 to 20 touches. And I look for Singletary to have a big game this week against a 1-7 Redskins team that has not been very well defensively. The Redskins are 28th in the NFL with rushing yards, okay? They're giving up just over 137 rushing yards per game. Let's look for this offense to want to come out and make a statement against this 1-7 team. And the big part of that, a big part of this game plan is going to be to get this young running back the ball. Just as important as Singletary getting going is Josh Allen. Really, the offense and Brian Daboll. It's kind of like a package deal. Josh Allen, Brian Daboll, and the entire offense needs to get clicking. What better time to get that chemistry back flowing against a Redskins team that's 1-7? They're in the bottom third in all defensive stats. This is simply not a good defense. It's not the worst, but we've actually faced worse defenses than this Redskins team, but they're bad. They're a bad defense. And we need to show that we can move the ball and put up points on these guys. I really think it's plain and simple here, guys. Brian Daboll has been under a ton of scrutiny from the Bills Mafia and, really Bills media in general, to get people back on your side, to get people motivated, to have people believe, including your team, that you're ready to make a playoff run, that you can take this 5-2 team and not plateau, but keep growing, keep progressing against a 1-7 Redskins team. Look at, guys, teams that make playoff runs, good, very good, successful teams, don't let the teams like the Redskins, the Dolphins stick around. Anybody could say, we got the win, no ifs, ands, or buts, we got the W, we're 6-2, yeah, that's great, I understand that. But championship teams that are going to be contenders, smush these types of Redskins. They're tanking. The Redskins don't want to win. The players, they're going to bust their ass. They're going to give it their all. But the franchise, they've gotten to a point here where they don't want to win. You have to impose your will on them and make sure that it's not even close. It's never a game. Make them quit in the first quarter. I really think the Bills and this offense and Josh Allen and the connection with him and Brian Daboll, they got to get this offense flowing fast, and they got to score points quick. I think the defense needs to have a huge bounce-back game. After giving up 31 points to the Eagles, yeah, the Eagles came in there and they had a great game plan. The Bills were simply outcoached. Leslie Frazier came in this past week in his press conferences saying that they saw the mistakes that they've made, they have been addressed, they have been corrected. With that being said, your defensive coordinator is going out on the line telling everyone that the problem has been solved. Your defense needs to look nasty against every team, but especially a 1-7 Redskins team. Hey, not to mention, it looks like Dwayne Haskins is getting a start this week. And this far in the year, Haskins, the limited time that he's been out there, 12 of 22, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The Bills defense needs to make a stand. They need to make a statement this game. Let everybody know the Eagles game was a hiccup. There was mistakes that have been corrected. And they ain't letting that shit happen no more. Especially no fucking Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins ain't coming into Buffalo and going to put on a show. It ain't happening. With that being said, I'm confident in our defense. I'm confident they're going to come in and shit on Haskins. The most important thing of all 3 of these things, the most important thing that we need to see is Josh Allen and Brian Dable get it going and put some fucking points on the board against a shitty Redskins team. You want to be a great team. You want to be contenders. You want Bills Mafia to get hyped up. You dominate the Redskins on Sunday. 6-2 going to Cleveland Week 10. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. A live show coming this week. We're going to do a deep dive in on this Bills versus Redskins game. If you ever miss a live show, go to our podcast, Blindsided Sports Podcast. Every show we do goes directly to there. You're on your way to work. You're shooting the shit. Game day morning. Got nothing going on. Turn us on. Tune in. Let's go. Blindsided Squad. I love you, motherfuckers. Let's go, Bills. We out.